Hello. All right. Hello, everybody. Merry Christmas. I hope everyone is ready for holiday. I hope you do your shopping, you talk to your family, make gifts and presents. Thank you for joining Livestream. Today is weird flex, but okay. What's up, everybody? Matthew Moniz here, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. It's the holiday season. It's around the corner. This is probably the last day on the break before you finish school, or you are finishing school. You're going to have a couple of weeks off. You're going to spend some time with family and friends, maybe open up a couple of gifts if you're fortunate enough. But before we do that, before you guys do that, I want you to watch this live stream because we're going to weird flex it, okay it. That just sounded cringy. But what we're going to do here is very simple. I have different chargers hooked up to different phones. So, for example, I have the Galaxy Note 9 hooked up to dash charging. I have the OnePlus 6T hooked up to Huawei's Supercharge. Or sorry, this is the McLaren edition actually. So this is hooked up to Supercharge. I have the Oppo Find X, which is hooked up to Warp Charge. And I have the Huawei Mate 20 Pro hooked up to... Oh, sorry. No, hold on. What do I have the Huawei? Oh, yeah. Huawei Mate 20 Pro hooked up to Super VooC. The only problem is that the Mate 20 Pro is still with 14% left. So you guys have a couple of options. I can't wait for it to drain because it'll take another 20 minutes. But we can either leave it at 14% and start the drain there, or I can swap it out and use the Sony Xperia XZ2 Premium or another OnePlus 6T. This will be with Super VooC charging. So you guys make the rules. What do you guys want? So you have a choice. We can either do 14% with the Mate 20 Pro with Super VooC, or we can swap it out with the XZ2 Premium with Super VooC, or do the OnePlus 6T with Super VooC. Now, during this little charging experiment, what I'm going to do is give away a few things because it's the holiday seasons. I'm feeling cheery. I haven't really given much away this year, so I'm going to give away about maybe four or five different things throughout this entire live stream. Plus, the way we're going to do it is very interesting. I'm not going to place any links in the description of this video until afterwards, or maybe tomorrow morning. But what I'm going to do is every link will be found on a different social platform. So you might have to go to my Facebook page to get one, maybe go to YouTube to get another, maybe go to Instagram. I'm going to make your life miserable because there's no way to end off this year better than making your life miserable. Okay, so everyone says 6T, 6T, 6T. So Asgar, we can't wait because if we wait, it's going to take like another 20 minutes and there's 13% left. The Oppo Find X is it's ready to go. There's only 1% left, so that's fine. I don't know. I'll make it up, or maybe I'll just put everything in the description down below. Okay, Oppo Find X is now dead. Okay, Oppo Find X is now dead. I'm just waiting. Yeah, you know what? The Huawei has another 13% left, so I don't know if I'm going to wait for it. It's going to take too long. Okay, so in the comment section, everyone is saying 6T. So we're going to swap out the Huawei MateBook. This ain't a laptop. The Huawei phone for another 6T. So there's the 6T, as you guys can see. I didn't mean to rhyme. It's a crime. And we're going to hook it up to Super VooC. Okay, so just a little recap, okay? Just a little recap. What we have here is the Samsung Galaxy Note 9 hooked up to dash charging. We have the OnePlus 6T McLaren edition hooked up to Supercharge. We have the Oppo Find X hooked up to Warp Charge. And we have the regular 6T hooked up to Super VooC. So that's Oppo Find X's charging technology, which, by the way, is the fastest. But in all fairness, the Oppo Find X is using 2 batteries to charge faster. So before I start this, before I turn the power brick on, I need some bets. Let me know right now which one you guys think is going to win. Bear Drew, what's up from Australia? Thank you for joining. Which one is going to win? That's what I want to know. I need bets right now. Let's go. Let's hear it, people. Which one's going to win? Guys, can I have a rip? My computer, which was an i3 Dell, is now in pieces because it fell apart, and now my computer is a mess. Well, it's an i3. If it's in pieces, then we're going to have to build a new one. The other 6T will win. Okay, so 6T with Super VooC. That is Zmad's opinion. Jet Gamer is saying 6T McLaren with Supercharge. A lot of 6Ts. So basically, everyone's saying either the 6T or the 6T McLaren. I'm going to give you my vote. I still think this, the Oppo Find X is going to win because it has 2 batteries. So I think it's going to utilize that extra wattage to charge it faster. But a lot of you guys are saying the 6T. All right, I'm going to switch it on. Just one more time, I'm going to tell you which phone is which because I know some of you guys are just joining right now. On the left, Samsung Galaxy Note 9 hooked up to Dash Charge. Right beside it, we have Supercharge, and this is hooked up to the McLaren edition of the OnePlus 6T. We have the Oppo Find X hooked up to Warp Charge, and finally, we have a regular OnePlus 6T hooked up to Super VooC. So here we go. I'm going to turn on the brick, and we're going to start the games. All right. All the phones are loading up, as you can see here. They're all booting up right now for the very first time. These are all dead devices starting from 0%. So we're going to see which one does the best. Look, see 1%, so you guys see some proof that I'm not lying to you here. They're all 1% right now. They're all booting up. We're going to see exactly which one charges the fastest. Now, I got to give something away. So let's start off with a simple one, okay? Let's start off with a $25 gift card. Let's start with a 25 gift card to Amazon in the currency of your country. So if you live in Kazakhstan, I will give you the currency of your company for $25 worth. If you live in India, that's probably like 85 million rupees. It's probably $25. If you live in Canada, $25 is not worth much, but you'll get $25 to whatever country you live in. So that's the first one. How are we going to do this? What's up, mom? Or your mom? Or my mom? Whose mom? Whose mom are you? Whose mom are you? So the first one's 25 bucks. I'll place a link in the description down below tonight. You click on it. Whoever wins gets $25. That's the first prize, okay? Every 15 minutes, make sure you guys remind me we're going to release a new prize to give away. Yes, that's what we're going to do. All right. So, what are you guys doing for the holidays? That's what I want to know, okay? What are you guys doing for the holidays? So far, we're 1 minute and 35 seconds in. Let's see what we got here. We got 0% on Dash Charge. We got 2% on the McLaren. How about you? 2% on the Super VooC. 3% on the 6T. Things are looking pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. Surprisingly, the Note 9 is not here to shine. I should just be a rapper. 4% on the 6T. Holy smokes. This is using Super VooC for those of you who need to be reminded. Okay, so one person's visiting his parents. Zmad is saying, whoa, $25 is about 1500 RS, bro. You're from country. You're from Russia like me. Are you part of gang? Fortnite and family. Gonna watch your videos and hope to win the giveaway. I love that attitude. How to participate. So Ulysses, how to participate. It's very simple. I'll place links in the description down below. You click on it. You enter yourself in it. That's simple. I'm not going to make you do anything. You don't have to like share tweets or share videos or anything like that. You just simply click on it, enter yourself, and that's it. So $25 gift card is open to everybody in the world. Okay, this is the first prize of many more. And all you have to do is click on the link when I place it in the description down below after this video. All right, so we got family and quality time. 6T is awesome. All right, so let's have a conversation then. Since we have some time to kill. This is going to take a while because these devices have to charge up. I'm giving about an hour and a half for all of these devices. That's how long I think it's going to take. So what do you guys think of the best laptops of 2018? That's what I want to know. What were your picks for the best laptops of 2018? If you haven't seen that video yet, you can find it on my channel. There's a few devices I left out, like products from Gigabit, lots of products from Asus, only because I didn't review a lot of laptops from them this year, so I really couldn't include them. But yeah, you should check those out. All right, who runs lower than 7 FPS on 30% 3D resolution here on Fortnite? Yikes, that is a terrible way to game. I still believe in the McLaren 6T. Kraken has some faith. Has some faith. So the good news is, for those of you waiting for RTX laptops, the 20 series specifically, at CES, they will be released. They will be announced. So if you're waiting to buy and you want to know what they look like, CES is basically every manufacturer, MSI, ASUS, HP. I guarantee it. They're going to be releasing a laptop with an RTX graphics card. So if you've been waiting for one, you'll hear the announcement at CES, and most likely you'll probably see units available sometime in May, maybe April, if you're lucky. No Pixel 3 at OnePlus 6. Where's Ash? Ash is filming an adult film. That's what he does when he's not here. He films adult films. Razer Blade. I mean, I love the Razer Blade. I mean, I got a lot of, it's weird. Like, I do all these laptop reviews and I hear from people who have problems with them. And a lot of people were saying that Razer Blade has poor quality control. My experience, like, and I'll be honest, this is the first year that I've started reviewing Razer Blade laptops, so I haven't used them long enough to really comment on that. But based on my experience so far, they've been absolutely solid. So, I don't know. They've been good so far. Why is OnePlus 6 completely forgotten? Well, because the 6T's here now. That's why. This is technology, Vabe. It goes like this. The OnePlus 6 here is today, and tomorrow the 6T comes out, 6 gets forgotten. All right. It's time for a check. It's been 5 minutes. Here we go. Let me put the little screen on so you guys can see proof. Galaxy Note 9 hooked up to dash charging is still on 1%. And it's hooked up to the dash charging brick. As of right now, the Note 9 is looking pretty disgusting. Next up, we got 5% on the McLaren using Supercharge from Huawei. Then we have 6% from the Oppo Find X using Warp Charge from OnePlus. And here it is. Is it still in the lead? The regular OnePlus 6T, let's find 10%. Super VooC charging is putting the 6T ahead of its paces. So based on what we have here right now, Super VooC is making a huge difference on the regular 6T. Tech Dr. UK, thank you for being here, buddy. I appreciate you for taking the time out of your day to be here. If you're in the UK, it's probably, 9 o'clock at night, so I totally appreciate it. Who else do we have here? Why does the Apple phone sometimes get a random green dot? Random green dot after particular photos. It's a software dot. It really, I have no idea. I haven't seen any green dots. Maybe you have a dead pixel on your display. That could be it. Note 9 battery too large though. So Jet Gamer, that is not true. It's 4,000 milliamps. These ones are around 3,700 to 3,800. I did a charging test with the Mate 20X. The Mate 20 Pro before. This has a 4,200 milliamp and it completely destroyed the Note 9 when it came to charging. It charged in 104 minutes, whereas the Note 9 almost took 2 hours. So VooC Charge is pretty much almost the same as Dash Charge. I believe VooC Charge actually has a bigger adapter. I think it's 40 watts and I think Dash Charge is only 20 watts. Doesn't this have a negative effect on the battery? Maybe. It's possible. I mean, hooking up the wrong charger to the wrong phones might produce a little bit too much heat, but it all depends on how the phones handle current coming in. Some phones do a good job of using software to limit it so your phone doesn't overheat. Other phones, older phones usually don't do that as well, but I think today at this point in time with technology the way it is, they have their own systems to manage the amount of heat that flows in. Bought myself a Mate 20 Pro for Christmas based on your review. So how are you liking it, Thor? How are you liking the phone so far? What's your favorite phone? That's a great question. So I did my smartphone. Well, this was the first year. So usually every year I do a top 5 best smartphones of the year awards. This year I did a little different. I was really late to it. MKBHD released his. I thought it was a good idea to kind of do a reaction video to see what I would pick compared to what he would pick. The response was pretty overall positive. I'd say about like 75% positive, 25% were like, why are you doing this? Come up with your own content. And I get why they would be saying that, but you know what? It was fun. I had fun. It was fun. People had fun because they get 2 different opinions. They'd hear my opinion and then we'd hear what MKBHD picked. And I thought that was cool. But you know what? If it doesn't work out and everyone's not happy with it, I'll never do it again. But you got to try new things. That's the thing about YouTube. That's the thing about creating content. You always got to be trying new things because if you don't, you're never going to succeed. And on top of that, you're never going to excel. Tom the Tech Savage, thank you for joining the channel. €2 coming in from my man TTS. I hope you're having a great holiday. You are the man. It is 5:17. No, it's not 5:17 in Canada. It's 4:15. Or is it? Maybe it is 5. No, 4:15. I ate a cheeseburger. I hope it was delicious. What do you think of gaming phones? I think gaming phones are kind of a gimmick. I don't think you need to buy a gaming phone to have a good gaming experience on mobile. To be quite honest, phones like the OnePlus 6, or the OnePlus 6T, which is not a gaming phone, probably produces even better frame rates than most of these other gaming phones. I think the whole idea of having a gaming phone is the ability to connect accessories to it to have a better gaming experience. So something like the Asus ROG phone does a really good job of that. I do like the fact that the Razer phone does have a very high refresh rate on the screen, which is great for gaming, but I don't think it's like an important category yet. I don't feel like you need to go out and spend money on it to have a good gaming experience. Yo, subscribe to PewDiePie. Yes, go subscribe to PewDiePie. HP Envy 13, MacBook Air at MacBook Pro 2. So one of the big things this year, since we're on the topic of laptops, one of the big things this year was that a lot of people were asking me, Matt, why didn't you review the Gigabit Aero 15? And that's because I didn't have any review units come in from Gigabyte. That's going to change this year. All the laptops that I don't usually review as often is going to be completely changed this year. I'm going to have access to everything. And I promise you, I'll make sure I'll be covering all the major laptops. I don't miss a beat this year. So when I do my 2019 Best Laptop Awards, everything will be included. Instead of leaving companies out, like this year I left Asus out because they're going through a restructuring, and I left Gigabit out because I don't have a contact there, but I do now. So with that being said, 10 minutes goes by. Let's check out the charging time. Samsung Galaxy Note 9 is at 2%, failing hard. Gonna lose this race using Dash Charge from OnePlus. McLaren using Supercharge from Huawei is at 9%. Next up is the Oppo Find X, 12%. Doing a good job using Warp Charge from OnePlus. And last up, the winner of the round so far, 19%, is the regular OnePlus 6T using Super VooC charging. What does VooC stand for? Virgins out of control? No. VooC. It just sounds like one of those words you're like, what the VooC? You know? I can make a lot of jokes with that type of technology. All right. So Ashwin George bought the X1 Extreme. It does run hot while browsing. Should I repaste the CPU? What's hot for you? Like, how hot is it running? Can you give me some numbers? Because if you're saying like it's running hot and you're telling me 50 degrees Celsius, then that's not hot at all. So give me some temperatures. It's almost 3 a.m. in the morning here in India. Vallabhav, I probably just butchered your name. Thank you so much for being on here right now. I really, really appreciate it. Taking your time out of your busy sleeping night to be here right now. 3 more minutes and we're going to announce another prize. 3 more minutes, people. 3 more minutes. VooC on Oppo. Voltage open loop multi-step constant. Oh my God. So Amir has brought down the information for us. Voltage open loop multi-step constant current charging. That is by far the worst name as possible. I preferred Virgins out of control, but hey, no one would listen to me to name charging that. I just think that's a terrible name. And good luck remembering that in life. Okay, so 3 more minutes, 2 more minutes, and we're going to announce a brand new prize. So other thing, laptops. This year we saw a lot of great gaming laptops that are now thinner with Max-Q GPUs, allowing you to have great performance, running a little bit cooler. But the consensus is we still have a thermal throttling issue. I'm cool with thermal throttling. It's normal. We're putting these hot chips in these thinner form factors. It's just that I think manufacturers need to learn how to control that thermal throttling properly so that you have kind of like a balanced system over time. Because a lot of people are keeping these for years, right? And you don't want a CPU to constantly run hot if you're gaming all the time, and then you have issues down the road. We should make a charging name called Matthew Moniz. You don't want to do that because it'd be like the worst charging system ever. And things just wouldn't charge. They just break. It'd probably explode. Okay, what about the iPhone for charging test? 3 hours of charging. See, that's the thing. I was thinking about bringing the iPhone in here to be part of this charge test, but if I do that, we would literally be here all night. This would be like a 24-hour marathon, and I don't have time for that. VooC equals volatile organic compounds. Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas, Samuel. One more minute, and we're going to announce a brand new prize. Do you play games on your X1 Extreme? If yes, which one? I play a lot of Overwatch. Runs beautifully on the X1 Extreme. I can play Blackouts or COD 4 Blackouts. It runs fine, but you're going to have to drop down the resolution to like medium. It works, no problems. And I play Fortnite on it every once in a blue moon. Runs fine. I don't play anything too demanding, but the games that I do like, the X1 Extreme can handle it. Congrats, man, on 300K subs. It's been a year following you, enjoying your videos. Keep up your good work. Thank you, my friend. Let's make 2019 a great year. All of you guys have been a key part of this channel, this community. The people on Discord, they're like family now. We have amazing people on there constantly giving people advice on what laptop to buy based on their experiences, based on my reviews, and based on what they watched. They're all very knowledgeable. I'm going to name some of those people out. We got Hal the Omnipotent. We have Essa Blacka. We have the Fuhrer. We have lots of great people on the Discord server helping people out. Why no Pixel 3 XL? Because I'm actually using it right now as my phone. And yeah, I kind of want to use it while I'm talking to you guys. Maybe I go down to 0 people watching me right now. I need some time to kill until you guys come back. Okay. 15 minutes. 15 minutes is now over. First, let's do a charge checkup, and then we're going to announce a brand new prize. Here we go. Galaxy Note 9 connected to dash charging at 3% after 15 minutes. We know that right now it's probably going to lose. Second up, using Supercharge, we have the McLaren OnePlus 6T at 13%. On the third one over here, we have the Oppo Find X at 17% using OnePlus's Warp Charge. And then finally, we have the regular OnePlus 6T at 28% using Super What the VooC. Okay, that's pretty impressive. 28% using a different charging technology that was not meant for it. So obviously, based on what we see so far, this regular 6T is probably going to win this competition. All right, we got to give something away. What else do I have here? Okay. Brand new, unopened Google Home Mini. Okay? This is the second prize. This is open worldwide, but I'll tell you this right now. If you live in like a country where shipping's gonna cost more than like $20, I'll probably just send you an Amazon gift card because it's not worth shipping this. And you can buy your own, or you can buy something else if you really want to. So second prize is a unopened, brand new Google Home Mini. My favorite for voice activation. I prefer this over Alexa. Google Home Mini for the next person. So we have 2 prizes so far. $25 Amazon gift certificate, and we now have a Google Home Mini. All right. Great content regardless of my lack of interest in tech. Thank you, Ahmed. I appreciate you taking the time to learn about tech, even if it doesn't interest you. Wow, can it run Crysis? No, Zaref, it cannot run Crysis. Okay? So, 17 minutes. Let's keep this going. Do you guys have any questions about laptops, smartphones? Do you have any questions about tech in general? Feel free to let me know in the comments down below, and I'll be sure to answer it. Vivek Vijay Akumar, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for the donation. Merry Christmas to you too. I appreciate it. I'll keep continuing to push out great content as long as you guys are around to watch it. You guys are the best. Jet Gamer asks, do you root? I think he means, do you like crack? No, do you write? Do you write your own Android? Oh, do you root? Sorry. Do you root your own Android devices? No, I don't. I used to do that when Android first when it first came out, like back in the days of HTC when they were doing good. I used to root them and I used to install custom ROMs, but at this point in my life, I don't care to do that anymore. I don't feel like there's a reason or a need to do that anymore. Everything I need the phone to do is already easily available in the Google Play Store or baked into Android itself. So no, I don't root my phones anymore. I don't feel it's necessary. Do you prefer to root or not your phone? So yeah, I don't. How can I participate in this giveaway? Ali, there will be links in the description down below after this live stream, probably anywhere from like 6 to 10 hours later. Should I always connect my laptop to a power supply, or will doing so damage my battery? So that's a great question. I get that question a lot. Always, it's not a big deal if you connect your laptop to the power supply. A lot of laptops are smart enough to charge the battery first, then switch over to the current coming from your outlet. Therefore, it won't continue to charge your battery or cause more cycles to be used. So it's absolutely fine to keep your laptop fully connected to the outlet at all times, especially for gaming laptops. If you're using a gaming laptop, you're gonna always wanna keep it connected to an outlet regardless, because you're not gonna get good frame rates if it's on battery because the performance drops. Your clock speeds start getting throttled to maintain battery life. So yes, absolutely fine to keep it connected to an outlet. When will you do the Nitro 5 giveaway? I don't know, maybe today? We'll see. Next question, will the Note 9 get a night mode and camera? What do you think? I think it will be available in the Galaxy S10. I think that's when you'll see night mode from Samsung, because right now, they're like the last ones to do it. Everybody else has been doing it. Even OnePlus is doing it on their smartphones. So my feeling is when the Galaxy S10 and the S10 Plus comes out, you're going to see a night mode from them. Also, just another thing about the upcoming Galaxy S10 devices, Samsung needs to prove themselves. I mean, they didn't have a good year with the Galaxy S9. It's a great phone, but it didn't sell well. They didn't sell as many units as they forecasted. So the S10 needs to be a hit. So they're going to come out hungry. They're going to come out with some gimmicky features. Maybe one of them or two of them will be useful, but I think the Galaxy S10 will probably be a good device this year to buy. What do you think of the VivoBook S? I think it's a great, more budget laptop. I'd probably prefer that over something like the Acer Aspire E15. So if you're tight on a budget, great laptop to look at. I'm getting lost here in the comments. What laptop should I get for gaming battery above 80 watt hours and portable and fast screen? So you go, are you talking about a gaming laptop or an Ultrabook? Because most gaming laptops have around 80 watt hours, at least like premium books, like the Razer Blade 15, for example. Have you ever been to India? If not, any plans? No, I have not been to India. That is something I've always wanted to do. A lot of Indian subscribers continually tell me to come to India, and they also call me, what's the guy's name? Imran Hashmi. They all say I look like him, so I'd like to visit India, watch a couple Bollywood movies with him in it, and feel connected. Okay, 20 minutes. Let's do another battery test. Here we go. All right, Note 9. Here we go. 5%, barely charging. This is like the Note 9 right now is acting like an iPhone in terms of charging speed. McLaren Edition. Using Supercharge from Huawei, 18%. Oppo Find X, 23% using Warp Charge from OnePlus. And last up, 38%. We have the regular OnePlus 6T using the Super VooC. Now let's go back to this. So basically it looks like the regular OnePlus 6T is actually going to win this charging test. Best laptop for 3D rendering? That's a great question, Moniz. So if you're doing 3D rendering, I'm guessing using what? SolidWorks or AutoCAD or one of those programs. You're probably going to want a Quadro card. They're better optimized for it, even though most GeForce cards will give you higher memory clock speeds. Those Quadro cards are really optimized for those specific applications. And I've gotten a lot of comments from people who specifically buy Quadro cards for that reason alone if you're doing a lot of 3D rendering. So if you're looking for a laptop, you're looking at a workstation laptop, be prepared to pay a lot of money because they're expensive. So something like the Lenovo P1, something like Dell's Precision line, something like maybe the Latitude line if you want to go something a little bit more budget. The ZBook from HP, those are the laptops you want to be looking at if you're doing a lot of 3D rendering. Greetings from Romania. Greetings to you, Leica. Welcome to the live stream. I appreciate you being here. CC is in the house. If you guys have been looking for the best that didn't make any sense. If you guys are looking for the best concepts of phones that are coming out, you got to check out Jermaine, concept creator. He's the best in the business. He knows what he's doing. He makes some beautiful future models of upcoming phones. So yeah, and he has some great music to go behind it. What is your opinion on 5G? Is that a gimmick? There is no network that utilizes full 4G speed. Okay, Tech13, that's a great question. I was actually going to do a whole video on 5G, but I haven't gotten around to it. But here's the consensus with 5G. Think of it, okay. When all of us were using 2G, I don't know if some of you were old enough to remember that. 2G was a very, very slow. 2G was very slow, okay? You could get data, but it would take a long time to do things. So everyone was really excited for 3G because it increased the speed significantly. It was HSPA. You got a lot faster speeds. It was a big deal, but you had very high latency. That was a big jump going from 2G to 3G. It was exciting. Then you went from 3G to LTE. That was exciting too because LTE had a bigger throughput. And the throughput wasn't the big deal. It was the fact that you get lower latency on LTE, which made it a big deal. But the problem was when all these smartphone manufacturers started releasing phones with LTE chips inside of them, all of a sudden you had issues. A lot of these phones couldn't handle the chip. The battery would drain. Some of them would overheat, and they would just offer the user a very poor experience. LTE is pretty rock solid. You get some great speeds with LTE and the latency is really good. So going from LTE to 5G is not going to be that big of a deal in the short term. I'm happy with LTE. I don't feel like I need something faster in order to use my smartphone or download files off the internet. So my suggestion to those of you out there saying, oh, the next phone I'm going to buy has to be 5G or 5G ready, is don't worry about 5G. Don't even think about it right now because quite frankly, the new phones that come out that do support it are gonna have similar issues to the phones that originally came out when LTE was announced. You might have that battery drain, you might have issues of overheating, and quite frankly, 5G is a very short spectrum, meaning you have to be pretty close to the tower to take advantage of that bandwidth. So don't let the hype fool you. There's a lot of hype going around it right now. Just back off a little bit, enjoy your LTE devices, get the best device that makes the most sense to you, and put 5G lower on your priority list. Worry about the camera first, worry about the display first, worry about the battery life first, and then last up, worry about 5G. Okay. Hey Matthew, I feel like the laptop's with aluminum body. Crap, I got missed. You are the best. No, Joe, you are the best. Flex tape. Where is Apple 5-watt liquid charging? Stealing my logo idea. I'm gonna whip the McLaren's butt if he dare lose. What time is it? 25 minutes. Okay. Time for another checkup. Let's do this. So, Note 9 using fast charge at 6%. OnePlus 6T McLaren Edition 21% using Supercharge by Huawei. Oppo Find X 28% using Warp Charge by OnePlus. And last up, the GOAT of this contest so far, 46% for the OnePlus 6T. This is the regular OnePlus 6T. Love from India. Thank you, Sanjeev. Yes, man, gaming laptop, please. I'm getting frustrated choosing one in Thunderbolt 3.2. Help me, man. Love your videos, especially about the laptop reviews. So I did a whole Best Laptops 2018 video. Some of you might have watched it. And I actually chose the Razer Blade. Ooh, not sound good. I actually chose the Razer Blade 15 as my top pick. I prefer this laptop. They did a good job this year. It's my top pick for the best laptop. So it does, I think it actually has an 80-watt battery. So if you're looking for good battery life, it's pretty good, about 4 to 5 hours if you're not gaming. If you start gaming, then you're not gonna get more than like 1.5 or 2. But if you are gaming, this is my pick of 2018. Now, if you're on a little bit more of a budget, my alternative was the MSI GS65. This is the P65. I don't have the GS65, but it's the exact same laptop. This one just has a white lid on it, and MSI is calling it the Creator Edition. I don't think it's the Creator Edition. If you're going to make a Creator Edition, you got to offer a 4K color accurate screen, maybe place an SD card slot, then I'd call it the Creator Edition. But yeah, Blade 15 was my number one, and then the GS65. Red Skull, welcome to the chat, my friends. Thank you for being here, my friend. Everyone check out Red Skull. He does like every single device that comes out of Shenzhen. If you've never heard of it before, Red Skull will cover it and you will get the review of your lifetime. So go check him out as well. Who else do we have here? So Albert Zelenika asks, why do you prefer the Razer Blade 15 over the Gigabyte Aero 15? It's not that I prefer it over the Aero 15. The reason why I don't recommend the Aero 15 is because I've never reviewed it. So I can't talk about it. I don't want to give you my opinion on something I've never used. It wouldn't be fair. It'd be cheating. It'd be lying. So that's why I didn't mention any Gigabyte products in my best laptops of 2018, because I didn't review them this year. Is the GF63 worth it for $700 on a Newegg? That is the 1050 Ti Max Q. That's actually a pretty darn good deal. $700 for a 1050 Ti Max Q. You get a laptop that's 4 pounds. The build quality is but that's actually, you know what? Big T2299. That is actually a really good deal. I jump on that. Best laptop for $600. It depends what you're doing. If you're looking for something with like an MX150, then you're looking at like an Acer Aspire E15. You can get really good Chromebooks for $600. You're not going to get like really great gaming books. You could probably score a Nitro 5 on a deal, but you're going to have to do a lot of internal upgrading anyways, like swapping out the hard drives and stuff because they're all slow. What is your favorite out of the phones? What are your favorites out of the phones here? Okay, out of all these phones on the table, which one is my favorite? Oh man, that's a good question. So I got the Xperia XZ2 up here doing the little timer. Out of all these phones, so I think the Oppo Find X is a really cool design, but it's not my favorite phone. It'd be between the OnePlus 6T and the Galaxy Note 9. I think I would still go for the Galaxy Note 9. That'd be my first pick out of these 4 phones. Then I would probably go for the OnePlus 6T McLaren Edition, then the regular OnePlus 6T, then the Sony Xperia XZ2, then I'd go for the Oppo Find X. Those would be my top 4 picks. Best laptop for video editing. So if you're a gamer, then I'd probably go for a gaming laptop because they do a great job of gaming and video editing. Like again, Razer Blade 15 would be the good pick. If not, and you're looking for like a typical, I call them performance ultrabooks, I would go for the X1 Extreme. That's my top pick. I just love the build quality of it. If that's not for you, then look at something like the Dell XPS 15, but don't get the i9 version. The i9 version overheats like crazy. If not that, then I'd take a look at the Asus ZenBook Pro as like the third option. Who else do we got here? Note 9. Oh wait, 30 minutes. We got to give something else away. We got to give something else away. So for those of you coming in, so far I've given away a Google Home Mini. I've given away a $25 gift certificate to Amazon. Now we're going to give away Pixel Buds. Okay, these ones are actually special. These are special Pixel Buds, okay? These are not your ordinary Pixel Buds. I'm going to show you why. These are special Pixel Buds. You want to know why? Because, actually, where is it? Where is it? Or maybe not. Maybe they're not special. Where are they? Okay, these are supposed to be engraved with my initials in it. But they're not. Okay, they're not special anymore. Or maybe it's in here. Nope, not here. Well, anyways, these ones are supposed to... Oh, yeah, it is. Here we go. Look at that. These ones are special because they have my initials engraved into it. So you'll get your own pair of Matt Moniz Pixel Buds. And you can tell your mom, and she'll be proud of you. And if your mom's hot, tell her to call me. No, I'm just joking. Don't do that. I'm totally just kidding. MM. Look at that. Here we go. Okay? So that's the third prize. Pixel Buds. Okay? 3 prizes so far. Google Home Mini, Pixel Buds, and a $25 Amazon gift certificate. All 3 of these are open worldwide. If you live in a country where shipping is too expensive, I'll just send you the money. All right. Questions. So 32 minutes have gone by. I want the special headphones. Well, Red Skull, you live close to me. I can give you something else that's a little special. Marshall Mathers, are you hyped for the Lenovo Z5 Pro? It looks cool. I don't think I'm hyped for it. I just pronounced hyped hipped. Oh, you wrote hipped. Okay, so I'm not crazy. I'm excited for it. I think it looks cool. I think it's just because it's like one of the first phones with the Snapdragon 855, but I'm more excited about other phones. Have you looked at the MSI GP63? No, I have not. Is it a good day to buy a flagship next year with the camera cut out or wait for 2020? It depends what you're using right now. Like, if you're using a phone right now that's still good. Like, here's the thing with the tech community. I love the fact that you guys watch my videos. I love the fact that you watch other tech reviewers. It's amazing of you. But we're constantly talking about products. We're constantly getting excited or reviewing products, and sometimes it gets you excited about them. But realistically, your phone from 2 years ago is still good. Like, we're at the point right now where phones are just good. It doesn't matter which one you have from this year, it's good. And to be quite honestly, it's going to last you for another 2 to 3 years, and it'll still be good. It's not like the beginning days of Android where you had to buy a new Android phone every 6 months because it would bog down or just not be good. We're just at that point right now. So if you're using an iPhone 7, if you're using an iPhone 6, or even, you probably can go another year because it's still a good phone. Same with some Android devices. Same with my brother-in-law is still using the original Pixel, and it's fine. He has no complaints, and it's running beautifully. I know people using Galaxy S7s and are still happy, and those phones have serious lag issues. So be patient. Don't just spend your money for the sake of spending your money, because you can put that money towards something better. Maybe a new laptop, maybe some clothes for school, maybe you've been wearing the same pair of underwear for the past 3 weeks, and you'd rather buy a new phone than spend money on new underwear. That made 0 sense. Everyone tell Matt to give me $5 for Christmas. No, I will not give you $5 for Christmas. All phones are good these days. Even $200 phones are good. See, Red Skull knows. He like I said, he reviews all he reviews a lot of lower end phones. So he would know, and he's right. There's a lot of $200 good phones if you don't mind looking outside of the realm that we have here in North America. Mr. Who's the Boss is in the house. Welcome, my friend. And what time is it there in the UK? 9:45. 9:45. All right, Mr. Who's the Boss? I've got a question for you, Aaron. We got 4 phones on the table, okay? I'm not going to turn them back on right now. You need to guess which one is winning, okay? I got the Galaxy Note 9. This one is using Dash Charge, okay? I have the OnePlus 6T McLaren Edition, Supercharge by Huawei. I have the Oppo Find X. This is using Warp Charge from OnePlus. And last up on the list, the regular OnePlus 6T is using Super VooC. So which one do you think is going to win? And don't any of you guys ruin this for him. Let's see if he gets it right. Is he even in here? Did someone just say that for fun? Oh, we got spoilers. We got spoilers. This is not good. Hey, Matt, I'm about to get a laptop from ROG with an i5 and a 1050 Ti and a 120Hz display. How long will it last until it becomes a potato? Well, the webcam will be a potato, so that will happen right away. Besides that, an i5 and a 1050 Ti, I think you got a good 2 years. Good solid 2 years before new games come out that really push the 1050 Ti. Right now, you're probably going to be gaming at medium to high settings. Okay, so it looks like we have a false alarm. Mr. Who's the Boss is not in the chat. So, yeah, so much for that. Let's do a little checkup on see which one's winning. We have 8% on the Galaxy Note 8 using fast charge. We have 30% on the McLaren edition of the of the OnePlus 6T. We have 39% on the Oppo Find X, which is using Warp Charge. And last up on the list, the GOAT of this little weird but okay charging test, 64% on the regular OnePlus 6T using what the VooC. I'm going to go, okay, he came in just in time. He came in just in time. But he got it wrong. That's okay, I don't blame him. I would have went for the McLaren and the Supercharge as well. But it's actually the regular OnePlus 6T Super VooC. There he is. Came in just in the nick of time. So close, close. That's the one I would have went to from the beginning if I was to guess as well. All right. Is the Note 9 overheating? Nope. It's actually really cold. I think it's like, it's very cold. Actually, this is probably like the safest form of charging right now. OnePlus 6T is a little warm. Oppo Find X is not even breaking a sweat. McLaren feels nice and cold too. Actually, the OnePlus 6T is definitely the hottest one, and that makes sense. It's charging the fastest. All right. Let's go back to this. Let it do its thing. Another 8 minutes, and we'll give out another gift. Thoughts on the HP Envy X360? I haven't reviewed the X360, but I am planning to review the Spectre X360 in the short term, probably beginning of next year, so stay tuned for that. It'll be the 15-inch version using the 1050 Ti. I think that is going to be a great product. Antivirus versus Windows Defender. Probably the wrong person to ask that question. What is your Overwatch main, Matt? Tormos, probably the best question of the evening because you know how much I love Overwatch. I mostly main Hammond, followed by Anna. Those are my top 2 picks, but mostly Hammond. Jet Gamer made up a very great point. I think the Note 9 is not detecting any form of fast charge. Also, what do you think about the T450s in 2018, or should I get something new? He's absolutely correct. It's definitely not detecting fast charge because it's using a different adapter and probably different cable. So it doesn't understand what's going on. So it's just being safe and charging at a slow pace. Best budget non-gaming laptop. Acer Aspire E15, I already mentioned that. You can use the Asus VivoBook. If you want more of an affordable but premium Ultrabook, it's still going to be close to $1,000, but it'll be under it. You can do something like the HP Envy. Besides that, Chromebooks, I mean, lots of great Chromebooks for around $300-400, but those would be like your best options. All right, almost at 40 minutes. So 45 minutes, we're going to announce another prize. How many prizes do I have left? I have 2 more prizes left. These ones are a little bit bigger, which will be a lot more appealing for you guys. We need to play sometime. Yes, Tom, we absolutely do. I need to carry you because you carried me in Fortnite. What's the best laptop under 1K not for gaming? Okay, so you're looking at like how far under 1K? Because HP Envy would be a good option if you're like on a budget, or the Asus ZenBook. Not the Pro, but the regular ZenBook is also pretty affordable under 1K. I don't know a lot about laptops, so I don't know what half of what you're saying. That's cool, man. That's what you're here for. You're here to have fun. You're here to learn. You're here to just hanging out with all of us. You don't need to know about laptops. I'm talking phones too. I'll talk whatever you guys want, so I'm open to any of that. Is it the Nitro 5? Haha. Well, we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. Are the prices you mentioned in USD or CAD? They're all mentioned in USD. I find it's the easiest way. It's also the least depressing way. If I was to mention everything in Canadian dollars, no one would watch my videos. Could you imagine? Best budget gaming laptop, $2,500 Canadian. No one would watch that video because it would be so depressing because the dollar here is terrible. And like budget for us is like $1,500. It's stupid. Did you watch Dragon Ball Super? Nope, wasn't into that. Are you Portuguese, Matthew? And which laptop would you go get for $600? Yes, my background is Portuguese, but I was born here in Canada, but my parents are Portuguese. For $600, what laptop would I get? Oh man, that's a good question. I would actually, you know what? I would actually consider the Microsoft Surface Go for like very basic stuff because you still have Windows. You can still do like more hardcore stuff if you need to like pop in or pop out. But at least you have access to everything. So probably like the Surface Go. Or I'd buy like a big clunker, like a VivoBook or an Aspire or a Swift. Those would be probably the ones I'd be looking at. Yeah, see, Red Skull knows. He lives in Canada. He knows the deal here. It is ridiculously stupid. For a budget category, you're like, oh, $2,500 Canadian. Let's get in here. Budget talk. Let's talk budget stuff. It's not fun. Every year, like when we do a Black Friday here in Canada, it's like the most depressing thing. And I feel sorry for like all the Canadian tech blogs, like Mobile Syrup, for example. Great blog, by the way, if you want to look at Canadian tech content. When they do their Black Friday stuff, I just look at it and I'm like, how can this even be real? Because the deals on there are just ridiculous. And it's not their fault. They're just doing their job. But like, just their dollar sucks. I want to start a channel. Any advice? By the way, have nothing, only my phone. Okay, so for those of you out there who are interested in starting a channel and you have nothing but your phone, I mean, you just answered your own question. You take that phone and you use it until you can't use it anymore, or until you've grown enough that you can afford to add on to your current setup. I mean, if you were to take a look at my original videos, I suggest you don't because you will waste your life and they're absolutely terrible. It was depressing. I looked like some sort of pervert in the corner of a basement, talking very low, mumbling with like terrible microphone noise. But you learn as time goes on. And the more I started doing videos, the more I started learning. It took me a long time to actually get comfortable on camera because I was really awkward. I would script, and like when I would script, I'd be like staring at what I was reading on the right hand side, and it just looked ridiculous because I would try to be focusing on the camera, but meanwhile I'm reading. And this is before like I got a teleprompter. Now I don't use a teleprompter anymore. I don't script anymore just because I'm comfortable enough and confident enough to just say what I have to say. But when I was beginning, I used to script and it just sounded very robotic, very repetitive. But anyways, I'm drifting again. I'm regressing. The bottom line is this. Start with what you have. If it's just a phone, start with just a phone. Use your personality, use your humor, use your knowledge to make your content enjoyable. And then from there, people will watch you because of you. And then after they watch you because of you, then you can start improving your production value. There's a lot of big YouTubers out there who have just amazing content, but terrible production value. And people who watch them, it's because of their content. And that's just the way it is. All right, I'm rambling on. Okay, almost 45 minutes. We're going to do another check in 2 minutes and give away something else. Okay, would a Surface Go with the best specs be better for a student than a Surface Pro? No, a Surface Pro would always be better than a Surface Go. I actually have the Surface Pro 6 in the other room. I haven't reviewed it yet. Do you guys still want a review of the Surface Pro? Again, if you're a student and you can afford a Surface Pro, I think it'll offer you better longevity. If you're tight on a budget and you're just looking for something small, portable to get your notes down, get the Surface Go, but make sure you get the highest spec version of it or you're going to have like a terrible experience. Matt, pretty please sweet talk the McLaren phone. It's going slower than Fernando Alonso. What else do we have? What phone is better, Asus ROG or Razer Phone 2? So I can't comment on the Razer Phone 2 because I never reviewed it. I didn't get it in time, and I just told them not to send it out because there's no point. But the Asus ROG phone was pretty cool. The thing that I liked about it a lot compared to the other gaming phones was that they had a whole accessory ecosystem attached to it. So you can take these accessories and improve your gaming experience. And I was talking about gaming phones earlier. I don't think they're necessary right now. But if you were looking at one, I think that's the most attractive one just because you have that whole ecosystem to play with. Thank you, Stefan. That's very kind of you to say. My mom also thinks I'm handsome. What do you think shoots the best video of these cheap camcorder, cheap compact camera, or flagship phones? There's a lot of great cameras, compact cameras. The Canon G7X, whatever the new version of that is, it's a little bit cheaper. I think it's around $300-400. You'll probably get better picture quality than you will on your smartphone. Or if you can afford it, the Sony, what's it called? The 1000, the 100, MX100? I forget. It's a pocket camera. It's around $1,000. But I think if you're at that price point, you're better off just like, I don't know. Just use your phone. Honestly, if you're struggling for cash, just start off with your phone and add little things like a better microphone, better lighting, and all that kind of stuff. Your lighting, to be honest with you, it doesn't matter what camera you're using. Your lighting is like the most important thing. Your setup is nothing without great lighting. Okay, 45 minutes have gone by. We're going to check the battery situation, and then we're going to give something else away. So here we go. Note 9, 10%. Using dash charge from OnePlus, this guy is going nowhere. I think wireless charging goes faster than this. OnePlus 6T McLaren Edition is hitting up at 37% using Huawei's Supercharge. And then we have the Oppo Find X at 49% using Warp Charge from OnePlus. And finally, on the right-hand side, the weighing champion of this weird but okay charging speed test, 79%. We have the regular OnePlus 6T using Super VooC. All right, time to give something else away. You guys ready for this? Here we go. We're going to give away a phone. This phone right here is the Redmi Note 6 Pro. This will get you going. It's a really great phone for the price. I think it's around $250. You have, what do you have on this bad boy? Actually, I never reviewed it. I did an unboxing. You can check that out. But I do know Red Skull did a review on this phone. So if you want to check out his video, you can go on his channel. I think he reviewed it and he can give you all the details. But basically, this is a budget device, and it is a good device for the price. You got dual cameras, so you can take portrait modes. It has a good build quality for the price. And yeah, so yeah, this is the next one. So again, this one will be open worldwide. It'll be open worldwide, but if it's like a country where it's going to cost me $100 to ship, I'll give you the option to pay the difference in shipping. I'll cover up to like $50. And if you want it, I'll send it. If you don't, then I will give it to somebody else. So this will be in the description down below. I'll place links, and this will be after the video. Redmi Note 6 Pro. Okay, back to business. So we're at 47 minutes. It looks like the OnePlus 6T regular is going to win this all. We're using Super VooC charging. However, so here's the thing. Super VooC charging is the fastest, but it only works obviously on the Oppo Find X. You're able to charge the Oppo Find X in 32 minutes using Super VooC. So obviously that's not being utilized on the OnePlus 6T. However, based on the timing, Super VooC on the OnePlus 6T might actually beat out Warp Charge and Dash Charge. So that'll be interesting if it actually does. Dash charge takes about 130 minutes. And I believe 128 minutes for dash charge. And I believe, if I remember correctly, warp charge was around like 108 minutes or 105 minutes. So, no, 108 minutes. Or maybe it was 118 minutes. Anyways, it's around there. So we'll see if this one beats out dash charge and warp charge using Super VooC. Would you buy a Wi-Fi 30? Oh, message retracted. Okay, I don't know why the message was retracted, but he asked, would I buy a Wi-Fi 30 or a Y730 with a GTX 1060? Personally, I like the Wi-Fi. That's a good question. Okay, sorry. So here's the Y730. You do get a nicer build, so you get like a metal lid instead of a plastic one. It is better build quality. You have a better display. You have a better, well, the keyboard's kind of similar, but it just feels more premium. If the 1060 of this was at a good deal, I would definitely take this over the 1050 just because it's a better built product. It's like the refined Wi-Fi 30. But if you're on a budget, I still get the Wi-Fi 30 because I think it's one of the better budget gaming laptops of 2018. Just to let you know, I have like tons of laptops sitting beside me from the laptop tests I did the other day. I just haven't put them away. So if you need me to pull anything out, I got you. Best brand of pre-built PC that you prefer, if any. Customer support based on your experience here in Toronto. Wow. Okay, I'll be honest with you. I don't buy pre-built PCs. In fact, the last time I bought a pre-built PC must have been like 20 years ago. How old am I? 37, 27, 17? No, actually, I don't even think I was probably 15. Yeah, I was probably 15 years old the last time I bought a pre-built PC. I've always built my own PCs. So that's a tough question, but we can use some common sense for this. If you're going to buy a pre-built PC, you're probably better off buying from a more reputable manufacturer. So Dell, for example, has great customer support. So I'd probably buy a pre-built PC from them. HP has good customer support, so they'd be a good option. Speaking of which, I do have a pre-built PC from HP coming into the studio soon, so make sure you're subbed to watch that. But yeah, stick to reputable brands that you could search up, know that have good customer support. Those would be the ones I'd gravitate towards. Is the Acer Aspire good for $600 for gaming? So the Acer Aspire E15 has a MX150 GPU. It's not the best for gaming, but it has enough power to play some of the more popular titles like Overwatch, League of Legends, CSGO, respectably. You're not going to be playing any newer titles that have more demanding graphics with the Aspire E15. What else do we have? I bought a pre-built PC in 2003. Well, Red Skull, you have a Mac, don't you? So that's technically a pre-built PC. Matt, have you tried the Google Camera APK with the OnePlus 16? No, I have not. I've been meaning to, but I never get around to it, but I should. I definitely should. Ryan Howard, his chair is a pile of tech. That's true. I'm actually sitting on a pile of laptops. I actually got rid of all the chairs. I just use laptops to sit on now because that's how I do things here. Do you run in the morning? Sometimes. For those of you that are curious about my gym schedule, I don't really run too often. Every time I go away, I run because it's just nice to run in a different city, get out there to see the place unless it's freezing cold. But I basically go to the gym every morning. I'll do 5 minutes on like a bike, and then I'll do my weight workout, and then I'll do cardio afterwards, and then I'll come home. That's like basically my morning routine. All right, what else do we have? 1000 CAD laptop. I will use it to play games like Forza Horizon and most of the time programming, editing, rendering. Oh my God. 1000 CAD laptop. 1000 CAD laptop is budget price territory. You're looking at something like the Acer Nitro 5, and you're still going to have to do some work with it. You're still going to have to replace the hard drive because you're most likely going to get your typical disk hard drive, like your regular HD, that's going to be very slow. So probably the Nitro 5, swap out the hard drive, add your own RAM, and it'll be fast enough. Do you must have like more than 100K subs to earn a decent amount of money from YouTube? This is not a YouTube make money video, so it's not about subs. To make money on YouTube, you can have 1 sub or you can have 5 million subs. It's not based on the subs. It's based on the views you get per month. The more views you get, the more AdSense you make. That's how it works. Are you going to MWC 2019? I am 50% sure that I'm going, but obviously because it's still quite far ahead, Nothing's been confirmed yet, but I have talked with a few vendors, and most likely I will be going. I am going to CES though. I'll be there in 2 weeks. I'm going to be covering a lot of stuff. I have basically an appointment with every single laptop vendor. And I've actually also been pre-briefed on all the upcoming laptops. So I already know what's coming out. I just can't discuss it because I signed an NDA. Roger is in the chat. Everybody, if you haven't heard of Life of Tech, you have not been living your life. Okay? Roger's in the chat. He's a great guy. He's from the UK. He's fairly new. He's been putting out some great quality content, great production value. So if you're looking for something a little bit different, visit the Life of Tech because you haven't lived life yet. God, I should just be a rapper. I'd be like the dad of rap because my rap would just be like dad jokes. Hey, Matthew, did you get that Alienware M15 key fixed? So Lucas, I actually just sent it back. Didn't bother fixing it because it was too difficult to fix. Usually most keys just press back in and then you're done, but not that one. I'm just going to check the OnePlus 6T. Okay, I don't want to show you the results yet because we're going to wait until 1 hour, but just want to make sure it's not fully charged so we don't miss how long it took. Matt, answer me. I don't know what your question is. I'll be at CSE 2019 as well. Nice. Andrew, if I see you, if you see me, say hello, please. I always like saying hello to new people. I'm buying the G3 Y530 the Nitro 5 with the i5 8300H GTX 1050. Which one should I choose? Y530, man. The Nitro 5 is the worst one out of those three. My first pick would be the Y530. Second pick would be the G3. Third pick would be the Nitro 5. Hey, Matt, looking for a new phone. And I really like the Mate 20 Pro. But should I wait until 2019 to buy a new and much better phone when the 855 and 5G comes out? Thanks for a great channel. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate it. What phone are you using right now? That's always my first question. What phone are you using right now? And if it's a good phone, then I'd say wait. If you're desperate and it's falling apart and it's like taped with duct tape, then grab the Mate 20 Pro. I mean, it's going to be great for the next 3 years. Can you rap live for a couple of minutes? Oh, man, that's Alex. What's up with the pressure, man? What's up with the pressure? I could. It'll be really bad, and someone will probably turn it into a meme, and then it will scar me for the rest of my life. So I don't know if that's a good idea. What the heck just happened? Oh, this is turning on right now. So for some weird reason, the McLaren edition of the OnePlus 6T. Oh, that was weird. It just showed the logo, and then it turned back off. I don't know why I did that. That was weird. Okay. Maybe you should tell us a story while we wait for them to charge. What kind of story would you like? Hello, I arrived late. What phones are charging there? I see the McLaren. So Constantine, I'll update everybody. On the left-hand side, we have the Galaxy Note 9 using dash charging. Beside that, we have the OnePlus 6T McLaren edition. This is using Hypercharge. We have the Oppo Find X using OnePlus's Warp Charge. And then finally, we have the regular OnePlus 6T, and it's using Super VooC. Okay? Super VooC. Practicality of 5G here in Toronto in 2019 upcoming phones. So TELUS and Bell is already working on a 5G network. They've partnered with Huawei. Whether that goes through or not is another story, but based on what I've been reading, Bell and TELUS has invested billions in dollars into their 5G network already using Huawei's technology. So the likelihood of it getting banned would cost them a lot of money, and most likely that will be put back on us, the taxpayers. So I'm looking at 1 year to 2 years for TELUS and Bell. Rogers, the third big carrier here in Canada, is working with Ericsson. They're not as close as TELUS and Bell, so they probably won't be out for another 3 years with their 5G network. What the fuck? You need to dance. And thank you for the recommendation for the Mate 20 Pro. My S7 Edge is incredibly laggy at the moment, and Bell and Rogers both offer the Mate 20 Pro and Pixel 3, but I don't know if I should hold out till the S10. Honestly, I would. I mean, you can get by with the S7 Edge for another few months. I mean, at least until the announcement. You're going to hear an announcement in the next couple of months anyway, so I'd probably just hold out. If you do have the S7 Edge, it does get laggy quite often, so my suggestion is to consistently wipe the cache every 2 weeks for the next 3 months, and you should be okay. How do you win? This has been asked at least 20 to 100 times, but probably you have not seen it. As I said earlier in this video, the way you win is very simple. After this is over, I'll place Gleam links in the description down below so you can register. I'm not going to require you to do anything like follow me here or follow me there or go over there, just so I have the person's name in the system so that I can contact the winner and send out the product. So that's how you win. Dance, you hit 300K, dude. Do you play guitar? I used to play guitar. I mean, I tried to play guitar. I was really terrible at it, so no, I don't play guitar anymore. I want to win one of your gaming laptops. When do I win some or one? I have Dance, 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 Comparable Notebook, Ultrabooks. 2 more minutes until 1 hour, and we're going to do a battery check. So even Red Skull says, wait till the S10. And I agree, you should. And like I said before, earlier in this video, the Samsung Galaxy S10 needs to prove itself. Samsung did not have good sales with the Galaxy S9 and the S9 Plus, and they're getting dominated right now. Huawei's moving on up. Apple still has the most profits. The Galaxy is starting to slip. If Samsung continues the way they're going right now, I give them 2 years until they're in second place with Huawei in number 1. So they need to really come out hard with the Galaxy S10. Did you do Nitro 5 review just before? I haven't done the review yet. I'm going to be doing it hopefully by end of next week. I will be doing the review of the Nitro 5. That'll be the AMD version. Why is Nitro not good, even the one with 1050? It's not that it's not good. It's just Acer's cheaper laptops. It's just that they price them very low and they pack like really slow hard drives in it and really crappy RAM. So when you get it, you got to put in your own components to make it faster. So I'd swap out that hard drive immediately for an SSD, put in better RAM, and you have a great product. But by the time you do that, you might as well just buy the Acer Predator Helios 300 anyways. Thanks for the entertainment, Matt. See you later, Alex. Thank you for joining. I appreciate it. Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas to your family. I hope you enjoy yourself. And yeah, I'll see you in the new year at some sort of event or online on Twitter as usual. Do you play hockey? Yes, I do. I play hockey every Monday, and I love it. I've been playing hockey my entire life. For those of you that don't know, that stick behind here was signed by the great one himself. It's been signed by Wayne Gretzky. That's his signature right there on the blade. And back in the day, he used to use a Titan stick. That was my old stick, and he actually signed it. So that's the great one signature right there. I should probably put it in like a case or something. Dell is refreshing the AW15R4 with new cooling tech. Will you review it? If it's worthy and you guys want me to review it, I will. So you know what? Since we're on the top... Okay, wait. Before I get into the topic of laptop vendors, 1 hour. We've hit 1 hour. Let's do a recap. You guys ready for this? Here we go. Note 9. After 1 hour of charging. 1 hour of charging. It's only at 14% and it's using dash charging. OnePlus 6T McLaren Edition after 1 hour of charging is only at 50% using Supercharge. Not good. After 1 hour of charging, the Oppo Find X is at 64% after 1 hour of charging using Warp Charge by OnePlus. And finally, the OnePlus 6T, 91% using Super VooC after 1 hour of charging. I actually think this OnePlus 6T is going to charge as fast as Warp Charge on the 6T McLaren Edition. That'll be very interesting. All right, we're going to give something else away now, don't we? It's been 1 hour, so it's time to do that. Are you guys ready for the last prize? Not the last prize. Maybe it'll be the last prize. I haven't decided yet. Well, it's a better prize. Here we go. The last prize. No, it's not the last prize. Yeah, maybe it'll be the last prize. Depends on how fast these things charge. Here comes one of the best prizes so far. Ugh. Brand new. Actually, it's not brand new because I opened it and did a live stream with it. Fairly new. Acer Nitro 5. This is a gaming laptop. It is a budget gaming laptop, but it's powerful enough to get you going. This is the AMD version. This has 8 gigabytes of RAM. I'm looking at the barcode. That does not tell me anything. 8 gigabytes of RAM, 1 terabyte hard drive. You have an AMD Ryzen 5 2500U CPU, which is 4 cores, I believe. 15.6 Full HD IPS LED oh my God, I can't speak English. Display, 60 hertz, and the GPU is the AMD 560X graphics card. So that's like a little bit slower than a GTX 1060, probably somewhere between a GTX 1050 Ti and GTX 1060. So Tom Tech Savage says the one I broke. This was never broken, okay? I put the cable back in. It works perfectly, and you'll see that in my full review, which I'm going to do before I send this out to the lucky winner. So to win this unfortunately is only going to be for North Americans and Europeans. And the reason being is because, actually, you know what? I take that back. That's not true. This will be worldwide, but if shipping is crazy, I will put up $50 for shipping. If it's a penny more than that, I'll give you the option to pay for the rest for shipping. If you don't want it, because let's say it costs like $300 to ship, I'll give it to somebody else. So whoever wins it will have the option to receive it, but they'll have to pay the difference if it's more than $50. That's the rule for this guy right here. So worldwide, Acer Nitro 5 budget gaming laptop. This will get you going. Review coming out soon in the next week or so. So stay tuned for that. All right, let's put this away. Also, since we're here, I'm going to give you guys a sneak peek of the next review. Next review is going to be this guy right here. This, my friends, is the Razer Blade Stealth. Look at that black and fingerprints. This thing attracts fingerprints like crazy. This will be the next review for you guys. So stay tuned for that. Really impressed with it so far, but I'm not going to do any spoilers for you. But this is the 4K model version of it. Has the new MX150 inside of here, which means it's using 4 gigabytes of VRAM instead of 2, and it's using a 25 watt chip instead of 10 watts, so it's receiving more power. Okay, should we do another update on the power test? Let's do that. So Galaxy Note 9 is at a pitiful 15% using OnePlus's dash charge. The OnePlus 6T McLaren Edition is at 52% using Huawei's Supercharge. The Oppo Find X is at 68% using OnePlus's Warp Charge. And finally, in first place at 93%, we have the OnePlus 6T. So as soon as the OnePlus 6T hits 100%, that's when I'll end the live stream. So let's just keep this going. Would you recommend the Nitro 5 or the MSI GF63? I'd personally rather have the MSI GF63 just because it's so much more portable. I don't like the build quality of it, but because it's so small, it has the Max Q, it's nice and light to carry, I prefer that. New Blade Stealth is priced the same as base 15 here in the queue. Why should I get Stealth instead of that 1060 and i7 8750H? So in your situation, I agree. I wouldn't bother getting the Stealth. I would definitely get the Blade 15. Here's the thing about the Stealth. It's a very expensive Ultrabook. Razer is pricing it very high. I definitely think it's overpriced. But it also happens to be one of the faster Ultrabooks currently on the market. I could actually render a video faster than, where's the other one? Faster than the Huawei MateBook X Pro, like significantly faster. I have to significantly lower games on the MateBook X Pro if I want to make it usable. Whereas on the Stealth 13, I can still play games with comfortable frames. And I'm talking games like Overwatch, Fortnite, and CSGO. When it comes to things like Call of Duty Black Ops, I could do it on the Stealth, but you have to play everything on very low, whereas on the MateBook X Pro, you have to like ridiculously reduce the resolution, and it's just not even an enjoyable experience. So here's my thought process to it, okay? For most of us in this chat, it's probably not worth buying the Stealth 13 over the Blade 15, especially if it's the same price where you live. I think it's for a very specific market. I think it's for someone who travels a lot, doesn't want to carry a 4.5-pound laptop, but wants as much power as possible in a 13-inch device. Because quite frankly, this is probably the most powerful 13-inch Ultrabook that you can currently buy. It has the new Whiskey Lake CPUs, and it also has the more powerful MX150 to go with it. So if that's worth the premium to you, then this will make a lot of sense. But I think for like 90% of people out there, you're better off buying a bigger laptop that offers you better performance for the money. That's just my 2 cents. Okay, so yes, if you have any questions after this live stream, Tom has linked the Discord server in the chat. Make sure to join it. I'm always there. I try to answer as many questions as possible. And if I'm not there, we got some amazing moderators in there who are happy to assist you with any of your questions. Plus, Tom will go savage mode on you. All right, next up, favorite wine. Good question. It's definitely red. I just don't know which flavor. I do like, I like Merlot. I love Shiraz. but I think my favorite is a Malbec, especially from Argentina. Isaac, get me the Acer now. Hello, everyone. Hello, Henry. Does the Helios 300 have bad thermals? I really like the GL503 triple heat pipes. So the 300 does get a little bit hot. As long as you keep the fans on max, it maintains it well. It's not the coolest gaming laptop, but it's not a laptop that I have any concerns with. Just make sure the fans are always on max when you're gaming. Between 1,000 to 1,500 CAD laptop for working gaming. Ooh. $1,500 in Canada. That'll get you like a really mediocre laptop. For $1,250, what can you get for gaming? So you're looking at something like the Nitro line. You're looking at budget laptops. So maybe like an MSI GF63, a Dell G3. You could probably score a Nitro 5. That would be the territory I'd be looking at if you want something between 1,000 and 1,500. If you can score one for that price. I know the Nitro 5 you can get in that price point. Aero 15X has QC issues, keyboard issues as well. I wouldn't know. I've never used the Aero 15X. What else do we have? I need to get a laptop for college next year. Should I just get one now or wait until next year and want it to be able to game as well? I'd wait. If you're not using it till next year, then wait until next year. You might as well buy. Like, when you're saying next year, are you talking like in January next year or are you talking September? Because that's a big difference. If it's January, you might as well buy now because you're not going to be able to buy the newer laptops that are announced at CES until April or May. So I just go ahead and buy it now. How much are you selling it for? The Helios. I'm a medical student. Don't play games. My budget's close to being a longer battery with touchscreen portability. How will you choose the winner though? So Varen, I'm going to be placing Gleam links in the description down below about, I don't know, when I have a chance. So probably either late tonight or tomorrow morning. So Carolyn asks, is a 799 pixel book worth it? I would say for 90% of people, it's not. Unless you're a huge Chromebook enthusiast, then yes, I think it's worth it. And I'd rather get the Pixel book than the Pixel Slate. But I think you can buy much better laptops for that price point, especially if you want to future-proof it, because you're kind of limited to what you can do with the Pixel book. Can anyone recommend a good laptop with good battery life? You know what? It's been an hour and 10 minutes. It's time to do another battery test. All right, here we go. Note 9, 16% using OnePlus's Dash Charge. We have 56% on the McLaren 6T Edition using Huawei Supercharge. This is after an hour and 10 minutes. 74% using Warp Charge on the Oppo Find X. And last up online, at 96%, we have the OnePlus 6T using Super VooC. Usually place the links in 10 minutes after the stream and let them 30 minutes on. Honestly, it takes more than 10 minutes to do each Gleam thing. It's a pain in the butt. So it'll be when I have time. Which gaming laptop do you think is the best? The Acer Nitro 5 or the Lenovo Legion Y520? Oh man, they're both pretty, well, the Y520 was pretty bad. I was not a fan of the Y520 last year. It had a really annoying touchpad that was awkward to use, and it got really hot, and it had a terrible display. I'd probably go for the Nitro 5. Definitely the Nitro 5 over the Y520, if the Nitro 5 is from this year. Can anyone recommend a budget laptop with good battery life and good for light gaming? You're probably looking at something like the MX150. So again, like I mentioned earlier, the Acer Aspire E15. Best laptop that has good battery life for under $1,000. So you're looking at an Ultrabook. So maybe the HP Envy, Asus ZenBook. Those would be the laptops I'd be taking a look at. Are you into mechanical watches? No, I am not into mechanical watches, but I probably would buy a Rolex just because, actually, no, I would never buy a Rolex, but I'm just commenting on the two options you gave. I came here, I thought it looked like Acer Nitro 5 thumbnail, and there is an Acer Nitro 5 mentioned. You just missed that portion of the video. What did you do before YouTube? I used to work in IT, and I used to be a real estate agent, so I did both. I used to sell houses, and I used to work in IT as an IT admin. What is the best budget gaming laptop? I picked the Y530. That's probably my favorite. Oh shit. That started sparking underneath my feet here because I'm using a power brick to charge these devices. and one of them is using a converter and it just started sparking. The studio almost burnt down, people. Okay, best root mods or apps for 6T. I don't root phones. I'm probably the wrong person to ask. Why did the chicken cross the road? You tell me, Trent Charles. You tell me. i9 is a ripoff. You can cool it in a thick laptop. I agree. Most i9 laptops and thin form factors, I suggest you stay away from because they get way too hot to utilize all that power. Unless you buy something thick, like the Predator Helios 500, which I have over there, then I would stay away from i9s. Why is someone rushing you to publish the links for a giveaway? Just appreciate him doing a giveaway. Thank you, Sean. Thank you. I appreciate that. Some people have no patience and are rude. They just expect things. Do you think more brands will adopt a higher refresh rate display similar to the ROG phone and Razer phone? Okay, so I'm going to answer this for both laptops and for phones. Yes, I definitely think some brands will start utilizing higher refresh displays. You'll see them more in gaming phones, obviously, but I think maybe this year we'll get one or two normal flagship devices that incorporate a higher refresh display. As for laptops, the sweet spot this year was 144 Hz, at least for gaming laptops. Expect even higher in 2019. I can't tell you the vendors, and I'm not going to say how high, but there will be some vendors utilizing refresh rates higher than 144 Hz coming in 2019. If OnePlus wins, you all have to sub to PewDiePie. True story. I mean, if you all have to sub to PewDiePie and you all have to leave a comment on one of his videos saying weird flex, but okay, charging speed test. That's what you have to say. Have you seen the ridiculous price, $800 for the i7? I don't think that's a ridiculous price. That actually sounds really good for a laptop. I just think the problem was that the Walmart laptops were like just really bad. They just weren't really well made. But the price point of $800 for those specs that you just listed is actually really darn good. What do you think of the new Lenovo Yoga, the C930? You're talking about the C930. I think it's a great product. I like the soundbar. I think that's a cool idea. I like the fact that you can insert the pen in the laptop so you never lose it. That's also a great idea. So pretty cool. How high can a human eye go in terms of FPS? I think it's 60 frames per second. Or it could be 30. It's either 30 or 60. I'm pretty sure I think it's 30, but people like to hit, but some people say 60, or it could be the other way around. Yeah, I think 60 frames per second is where you want to be. All right, an hour and 15 minutes in, we have 18% for the Galaxy Note 9 using OnePlus's dash charging. We have 60% for the OnePlus 6T McLaren Edition. We have 79% for the Warp Charge on the Oppo Find X. And of course, we have 97% for Super VooC on the OnePlus 6T. So I can quite confidently say that the Super VooC charger is charging the regular OnePlus 6T just as fast as dash charge. It's definitely going to end in the next 10 minutes. It's at 97%. The last 3% are always the slowest. So dash charge will be the speed you will always get on the OnePlus 6T if you're using a charging adapter that has the wattage to support it. That's as big or bigger than the dash charge brick that you get in the box. I think you do a good job with your reviews. Thank you, Marius. I appreciate that. That means a lot to me. All right. I'm going to take a few more questions. I'm going to end this video because I think we have a winner. It is the OnePlus 6T. So whoever said the McLaren, you guys lost. The winner of this video is the OnePlus 6T. It charged the fastest to 100% using Super VooC, but it did it at the same speeds as dash charging. So doesn't matter if you hook up all these different charging technologies to different phones, they won't charge any faster. The charging technology works with the specific device. If you want, that's how it works. So I know I get a lot of questions asking me if this charging solution works with this phone or that phone. It won't make a difference because as you can see here, the Galaxy Note 9 is still at 18% and it's using dash charging, which is technically faster than fast charging. So I hope that clears up a little bit of worry from you guys who were kind of curious whether these charging technologies would work on other devices. All right, that wraps this up. I'll place links in the description down below, hopefully tonight. If not, it'll be tomorrow morning. You can win something. The contest will go on, I don't know, for a week or two, whatever. I just want to say thank you guys so much for being supportive, being part of this community. Hit me up on Discord if you have any questions. Thank you to my mods. Thank you to my Discord fam. Thank you to all of you guys for being here. Also, happy holidays to you, your family, to everybody. Stay tuned for this weekend. I do have another video coming out. I have a bunch of videos coming out because I never sleep. I want to continue the content coming out on a consistent basis. So that pretty much wraps it up. Thank you all. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll talk to you guys soon.